What's up, guys? We're getting in here on the Balogun Bamo channel. Uh, I was looking on Facebook. I want to speak specifically to a portion of Texas, Cleveland, Texas, that is. Uh, I was looking and I seen that people blindly threw their support in behind the police chief there. And of course, we know he's black, but we're going to keep it 100. We had, in my lifetime, two black police chiefs, one black sheriff, Liberty County Sheriff, over the whole county, Mr. Wardell Hines, rest in peace. Um, we had two of them. I'm not gonna call their names. Now I will say this: the first one, he was a little different than the second one. The second one is just a coon. He's cooning, but a lot of people don't want to accept that. A lot of people get benefits and privileges from this guy, not like for his money or nothing. I'm not calling a guy to say he's doing something illegal. You know what I mean? Like perks, like social perks. That's what I mean. Um, but there's a big difference. There's a big difference. The new guy, this guy, this guy that's the chief. He hasn't been black since he put on his uniform. I don't care what university he went to. I don't care the fact of his skin color is black. The first one before him did not allow officers, if people remember, he did not allow officers to be in the neighborhood in an overwhelming presence that the detectives would, because the detectives operated under their own entity and their own authority. So they were at odds about that. That's why you saw the detectives in the neighborhood then more than you saw the patrolmen. And the ones that you did see were like the ones that were racist and they were hell bent on being in the neighborhood. But after a few calls, guess what? They weren't in the neighborhood no more, really. This guy, I will say, he was police. Now, don't get him as twisted. He had to do his job, but he was respected. People in the neighborhood respected and loved this guy, even though he was the police chief. And he was in. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he came from the neighborhood. He knew there was a certain amount of element in the neighborhood that was going to always exist, and no matter how you try to erase that element, it's going to always be there. It's like with bootlegging with white people. Meth now with white people. It's going to always be there. That element is going to always be there. So he knew that. So he knew also that it was a bigger problem other than what was going on right in the neighborhood. He knew that too. So he did not blame the individual in the neighborhood. He did not say, "You're the reason why there's crime in the neighborhood. You." He didn't say that because he knew it was a problem. It was a systematic problem. He knew that. Now, when dudes messed up, of course, yes, they were arrested. This is how the system goes. But one thing I will say about this guy, he didn't go around fabricating probable cause on people. He shook a fair deal. He wasn't riding around in the neighborhood. When you saw this guy ride, now I'm gonna tell you like this here. I'm gonna break it back down because he'd ride around, make his one little loop right. Everybody was like, "Oh, there go woo woo," and people waving at him. "Hey, what's up?" Didn't stop, and if he did, he stopped. And yeah. He was real police. He was real police. He stopped, talked to you, tell you about yourself. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. And real good man. Everybody knew he was the chief, and they walk up to, "Hey, chief," talking to him. He wasn't. Even if he knew you was out there on that block, he'd walk up on you and hey, talk to you, and get in the car and go. Get in the car and go. That's policing, man. That's policing. That's trying to get to know your community. And this guy, I can say he actually tried to bridge the gap with the community. He didn't try to see that individuals were taken out of their homes. um, just because he could do it, and because he was assuming that they were committing crimes. And even if he knew they were committing crimes, he waited for them to actually get themselves locked up. Let me tell you something. If you're doing something illegal, the police don't have to arrest you. They don't have to go and do a thorough investigation. You're going to get yourself caught up. Yeah, you're going to keep doing something illegal. Trust me, it always happens. You're going to cuff yourself. So he knew that too. Now this other guy, this new guy, this one now, he was on the force when this guy was the chief. This guy was the beat cop. And trust me, when he was a beat cop, if everybody knows this guy, it was time, when it was his shift, everybody got out their bed putting their running shoes on, track shoes on. You get what I'm saying? He stayed in the neighborhood, sitting, parking in trails, and parking in abandoned lots across from people's homes. Seeing people, hey, come here. Man, get on, man. Hey, what you got in your pocket? Man, I know you. I know your peoples. I know that type of stuff. He comes in full force with the illegal crew. He comes in full force with them. Now, I say this. If you notice with this new guy, he doesn't do anything for the community. He's not. I'm gonna have these certain people that support this guy. They're gonna be like, no, that's not true. Yeah, he come by your house. Yeah, he knows you. Yeah, you could text this guy. Yeah, you could call him because y'all probably went to school together. But don't get it twisted. That man ain't been black since he left school with you. Some of your children this man has harassed on a daily basis. Why are you supporting this guy? This guy don't care about black people. This guy care about the white people that's up under him and the white people that put him in the position to look like he runs something. Because we all know the lead detective in that precinct run that precinct. He just a scapegoat. Why you know that? Because all those white officers are in that neighborhood being led by him. Do you know when I was unjustly ran out of there, he came with them. I sent a complaint about an officer that infringed upon our Fourth Amendment rights at our home. And he illegally did it. And I notarized the complaint, which would start an investigation. This troubles them. Instead of him being a black man, knowing how black people go through what they go through, instead of trying to bridge that gap, trying to find some common ground, what does he do? He suits the boys up. Oh, no, he's not. He's not going to be filing these type of complaints that's going to get some type of scrutiny on my department and my soldiers that are out here legally infringing upon people's rights. People in Cleveland saw this. But what they do, they get right on Facebook. I want to support. Whoa. It's sickening to me. This man came to my home with some more officers to again illegally trespass on my property and illegally to infringe upon my civil rights, my little civil liberties. Again, on top of the fact that I just wrote an officer up and sent the complaint to him. This was just 30 minutes prior to him and the rest of the troops suiting up and coming to my home. You would have never saw that with the chief, the black chief before him. He would have dealt with that. It would have never got like that. Officers were not at no one's door infringing upon the civil liberties. It was not happening. It's not happening. There was never a so-called gang rape case when this guy was the chief. It just wasn't happening. But this guy allowed your children to get taken and basically kidnapped, giving lengthy incarcerated sentences behind shoddy DNA and a hot in the ass girl running around here claiming she's one age and she's not, and she's still doing it in other cities and shit. She's still getting in trouble right now for that same shit. This man cheats on his wife. I know he does. Yeah, I said it. So how can he not see these guys' situation as a man? He literally let these police run around here and send your child to prison for damn near life, and they didn't have effective DNA evidence to do so. So that means they couldn't even prove that sex. Listen, people. So some of y'all dumb, straight dumb. That means if the DNA evidence is shoddy, they cannot even prove sex. They had sex, man. If it was consensual or whatever, they can't even prove that. Because first off, you can't even prove she's been there's spermatozoa in her. And whose it is. People need to wake up. Y'all want to throw some support behind somebody? Throw some support around right people. Don't. These officers that aren't black, stop supporting them. They're not supporting black people. You know, when they do try to bridge the gap within the communities, you'll know. I'm for every officer that works within the community, that's trying to bridge the gaps in the community, gets out of his car, talk to people, not trying to be deceiving, and trying to get to know you so he can later on come and arrest you. You get those type of police, and then we'll be able to support you guys. He's not holding them officers in check. He's allowing those officers to ride in your neighborhood. In the neighborhood, black people, stop being naive. They're doing this because he's allowing them to, and they're fabricating illegal revenue for their precinct. We're generating. Fabricating means, I'm saying they're fabricating probable cause to pull you over. When you're not operating in any manner that's affecting commerce, people don't even know about how the transportation code, the Texas Transportation Code, and how it works. If you knew that, you'd be like, man, you want to beat the fuck out that chief. He's allowing these officers, because first off, you don't know no better. You don't know that you're not driving a dump truck. You're not a carrier. You don't know that you have the right to the roadway. You're in a republic. Texas is a republic. You don't know that you have the right to the roadway, and it cannot be infringed upon. He don't want me telling you this. He gonna be, I heard you don't know. I heard you. You don't listen to a nigga. When a nigga telling you, they don't want you to know that. But he's allowing them to pull your black ass over, then be right in your face smiling. You got a ticket? I'm gonna try to help you fix that ticket. No, you weren't supposed to get that ticket in the first place because you're not driving a dump truck. You're not driving a city. When are you gonna get it? You're gonna get it. Maybe when somebody white tell you. Stop supporting that man. That man don't give a damn about you. He don't give a damn about your children. What community center in there for your kids? What teaching? What do they teach your children other than don't do drugs? Do drugs, you go to jail. What do they teach them? What do they come into the community and try to bridge any type of efforts between law enforcement and the community? But you want to blindly throw your support for this guy. Stop doing that. Make these people earn your respect and your support.